Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis.
Did you forget?
No.
My name is Jen.
And with That's Flipping Retro.
We buy stuff, we sell stuff, and we eat pot noodles.
Yes, we do. So in the last video, we gave you an update as to Vinted, and I made a plea to them directly at the end to give us our money. And I'll leave out the swear words because, she edits the video. So anyway, so this is just a continuation of that. Now, if you don't know the story so far, let us fill you in as to what's happening.
Like Wayne's World.
So
Vinted are holding all of our money in our balance because we've reached a certain threshold. It's now,
600, I think, at the last count or something, more than
and
that.
the rest,
Okay.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of money just to lose anyway. And they've been stringing us along for absolutely ages.
So if you don't know what the stringing us along element to this is, what happens is that if you reach a certain threshold of sort of the amount that you've sold, so the money you've made and stuff, they want you to verify your business, and we were asked for several different types of documents over several different verification messages. Now, if you're a seller, you know that if you have a pro account, you will get these messages eventually, and they're annoying because you will just get, verification not successful, resubmit. So we were asked for various things like ID and partnership agreements, partnership tax, individual tax, all that kind of stuff. So all these bits of paper.
Yeah.
Which we dutifully sent over to Vinted, and nothing worked. They didn't want to know, right? And they kept rejecting it, sending back messages. But if you've done this before, you know that those messages, they're not really completely 100% clear as to exactly what they're looking for from you. And sometimes you do have to get in touch with them, and they don't even really know. So
it's either the messages coming from bots or people whose first language isn't English.
Is Klingon. So essentially, what we did in, sort of in the very early days, because we had heard about this template on one of Ricky Resell's videos about the same issue. So we copied and pasted that into, in a Word, and we rejigged the writing and all that sort of thing. And we sent that through to MangoPay and Vinted Legal. Now, Vinted Legal have not still got back to us. MangoPay did within a few days, and they just said, oh, well, we've looked, and this is the issue that you're having. Is I think we were down as sole and we were meant to be down as business or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. And so we changed it with Vinted and diddly-do, right?
Which was a big, faff in itself, wasn't it?
However, that all got done. We submitted the, the documents that we were then asked to provide, and it came back, it's rejected. So even these messages and stuff like that have done nothing. Now, I don't know whether it is because these, that template on Ricky Resell's video has now been used so much that basically they kind of recognise the template now, or what it is, and now they just ignore it or something. I don't know, but it is just really irritating. However, this is where I'll let you tell the story of what's happened recently.
No, I'm not big-headed enough to think that Vinted actually watch our videos.
No.
However, within a couple of hours, or not very long at all, we had a message from MangoPay saying this issue has now been sorted.
That was after our video.
Our last video.
And
Alexis started calling them all sorts of colourful names.
Did you edit?
I edited them all out, apart from two, and I wrote on the screen, I can't be bothered anymore.
So which ones didn't you edit?
There's a couple of Fs.
But did you edit the F and the C at the very end?
Yeah, the F and the C were gone because,
All right, I was just wondering about that one. Yeah, I was just wondering about that one, really.
But anyway, following that video, we've had communication from MangoPay, who are obviously avid viewers.
Of course.
Saying it was all sorted, and to let them know if we have any further problems. So I was like, fantastic. quickly, picked up my phone, rushed to Vinted, withdraw all our money, and it said, "You've reached the payment threshold and you need to verify your account." Ah!
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's not all sorted.
And you messaged them back,
I
and
messaged
then
Vinted again, and I even sent them a screenshot of the Mango Pay email, and they said, "Please bear with us. We appreciate your patience." And
how.
I've heard nothing since.
However, if you may not be aware of this at the moment, but there is an issue on Vinted. Now, I'm an avid user of Vinted for buying loads of, crap I don't actually need, probably. However, this is what the little fella looks like. I'll just cover those. I'll cover those books that I've got on the.
A bit inappropriate.
Oops, hang on. I'll just cover those books
Mein
that are at
Kampf.
the top. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it says this, and in case you don't know what that says, it says, "Sorry, your earnings might stay in pending balance longer than usual. We're working on it." So there seems to be some issues.
I was doing the post earlier because we're still making sales on Vinted, and I don't want to give that up as a payment stream just because they're being arseholes.
It's going to be a big payday when it happens. They
Yes,
put it
it's going
that
to be
way.
marvellous. We're going to
Yeah.
have fish and chips and all. Um,
And a throne and
and a
a
throne.
crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
anyway, I've forgotten again. It's gone. Oh yeah, when I was doing the when I was going to print the labels off, I was pressing, to download the label, and every single one, for some reason, was coming out as a QR code rather than
Mhm.
a label I could print out. And at first, I thought, "Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button here," but I went through and did it really carefully, and it was definitely doing it wrong. So there's obviously gremlins in the Vinted system at the moment.
Yeah, and that was on the desktop, I
Yeah, that was.
presume. Yeah, because I then said, because I had a few Vinteds to do, because I'm selling a few bits and pieces of just my own tut at the moment. So I basically said to you, I try the app, and yeah, tried the app and it was fine. So the app is working okay at the moment for labels. However, yeah, there's been no end of trouble with the desktop for that one. So yeah, bear that in mind as well. If you are doing anything and you're using your desktop, I wouldn't bother. Is just use the app and email them over to yourself and then access them that way. Really.
Yeah. Also, I've had a few issues on Vinted with every parcels being not being received, even though
Mhm.
they're tracked until they're not, and then they just seem to disappear. So I don't know if something's going on with every. But I made a comment to you the other week, didn't I, about how there's a lot of big companies now whose internet and software and stuff is going, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
accused me of wearing a tinfoil hat because I thought it was going to be the end of days.
Mhm. So she thought there was a big conspiracy going on and sat there while we were eating lunch and just went, you know what? It's very strange, isn't it? How at the moment there's loads of companies having this issue.
But it
Do you
is
think
strange.
something's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's probably going to be some like worldwide cyber attack where nobody can shop. Oh no, God.
yeah,
Can you
but
imagine?
but if we didn't have the internet for a whole day, everyone wouldn't know what to do with themselves, or a lot of people wouldn't know what to do with themselves because young people have been brought up with the internet.
And we knew a time before. So, like obviously, I'm an avid seller and collector of books. Probably more collecting at the moment, but yeah. Anyway, so basically, I would be perfectly fine. I think if I was trapped in here without internet, and I'd just be like, oh, just read this book then. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if there's a new ID card now, I can go there.
What the ID cards?
I won't even mention the ID cards. I've got
Well,
to be very careful. I've got to be very censored on YouTube. Maybe if
mm,
someone subscribes to our joins our channel, I'll do I'll say what I actually mean. People always comment that they like our videos because we're honest. We could be way more honest, but we just have to be a bit watered down.
you would have no filter to
I have
do with
no filter, none
politics,
at
and
all.
I would just be outright probably controversial because I just
You say what you think.
come out with all these horrible, well, not horrible, but very dark humour,
Yeah.
very, very.
Well, you used to
devilish
work in the
things.
prison service, and I used to work as a mental health nurse. So between us, the humour is pretty black, isn't it?
I've worked for the prison service, I worked for the probation service, and I worked for a hospital. So yes,
Anyone who's worked for the NHS needs to have a
yeah,
sense of humour,
yeah, yeah.
basically. So what else has been going on other than the Vinted drama? You've been sorting out your own personal belongings, haven't you?
Yeah, because I think it's when did I move the unit? It was last week,
Last
wasn't
week.
it? So it was the start of last week, last Monday now. I actually moved from a small unit, which is really just outside the store, and moved my work stuff from your unit, which is directly opposite this store, and my own stuff into this office. So this is the office we were in before. You may remember the door. However, um,
We're missing all the signs, though, aren't we?
yeah, there was all sorts of signs and all kinds of crap behind us, but we don't have that anymore. However, all of my stuff is now in here, so I am slowly but surely sorting through it. And this is a lot of stuff that was in the unit that I was paying for, and going through it, I sometimes I've been questioning what I was paying for exactly, And no, I wasn't storing like, old deteriorating stuff. I wasn't, this is some of this is good stuff from when I was a kid, which admittedly was only like 10 years ago. But, yeah, it was.
Hang on. I need to have a bit of a word with myself if that's the case.
Well, a kid would be 12, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So that makes me 22, of course. But yeah, so this is all vintagey bits and pieces. There's other stuff, and because we are coming up to that time of year again,
Bah humbug.
yeah, it's getting a bad habit, isn't it? This, you know, that's lark, isn't it? But anyway, I realise some of you might like Christmas, and I do hope that you get better soon. However, I realise that I've got some stuff that I bought and then just put away, so it's kind of remained fairly new. So I'm getting this stuff from various places for Christmas, because I just want a lot of stuff gone.
Yeah.
I don't look at it. I'm not bothered with it. I don't know why I collected it.
You want it to go to a
Whatever.
good home, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you are absolutely horrified in a sense, because I am selling a few bits and pieces off for probably, fair amount cheaper than maybe you would sell them for. But the thing is, I don't want a load of stuff sat round. And the stuff that is really worth it is going for the prices that it's worth. So I'm happy. The customers are happy. Whatever. I
Yeah.
mean,
As I said, it's none of my
yeah.
business, but as a reseller, it makes my heart bleed a little bit. Like, oh.
See, my kind of interest now lies with books, really. So it's not book shaped with pages. It's not. It's like, oh, it's just fiver will do, mate. Fiver, yeah, whatever.
Now, I don't know if oh no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say we're doing a video on Funko Pops, but I don't know when we're going to do that.
I don't think we are going to be doing one on Funkos now, because it's our own collection. And to be fair, Funkos,
I did.
yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I've got a few in my collection that I had a look through today, and literally only like one was really worth bothering with.
But if there's any collectors of Funko Pops out there, send us a private message, and we'll let you know what we've got, and we'll do you a deal on them, I suppose.
Yeah, the ones that I haven't already listed, potentially sold by that point. But we have some at home. I still have a few in here, so like we can, yeah,
Yeah,
throw them together or
perfect
whatever.
Christmas presents. Obviously, I'll do you a deal on a bundle.
Yeah.
And to end the video, I just wanted to say about a funny customer experience I had earlier. Back in July, I sold a Ben Sherman shirt on eBay. Sent it all. It was all the measurements. Sent it all out, and the lady was like, "Oh, it doesn't fit the husband. No problem. Send
The
it.
husband.
The husband. No problem. Send it back. No problem." I'd forgotten about this shirt until last week, and I hadn't actually got around to putting it back on. They put it back on, and it
Put the
sells.
shirt back on.
Put the shirt back on, and then it sells within a couple of hours.
The woman had the shirt off her back, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said repeat customer. I was like, oh, we don't get many repeat customers with clothing. So I checked, and it was the same lady who'd bought the same shirt back in July that didn't fit her husband. So I was like, you do realise this is the same shirt you bought back in July. And she's like, if it's a 50-inch chest, it'd be fine. I was like, well, it wasn't fine last time. and you sent it back, and she's just like, "I'll cancel it, no problem. Thanks for letting me know." But it just made me laugh.
But had the husband lost weight? I mean,
Who
what we're
knows?
talking about here, because didn't she send you a photo of him
No,
wearing
no,
the
that was on
shirt?
Vinted. That was hilarious.
Okay, yeah.
As in,
Oh.
it was a lady's shirt or a lady's fit, and he had a picture of him wearing it.
Yeah.
We do appreciate a good picture.
Yeah. Yeah, but you do.
But yes, so that the Vinted saga continues.
It does.
Um, we'll have a party. I'll tell you what. Once we get it sorted, we'll do a celebratory live. What do you reckon, Alexis?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, right, do you think it would be better to sell the Funkos on Whatnot? What do you think?
That's not a bad idea.
Do you think we should do a Whatnot stream with our Funkos in it? Because at the end of the day, it's like a lot of Funkos really aren't worth it anymore. So it would be really handy to sell them as bundles, even if they're a few quid per Funko, whatever, to get them gone as bundles for people. But just reaching out to anybody who's done a Whatnot stream with Funkos in it, or specifically a Funko selling live on Whatnot. Do you think it's worth it? Did you make much money? Was it a massive disappointment? Because it'd be really handy to know if actually selling them on there would be a good idea.
Yes, because I
Yeah.
don't know about yours, but some of mine are quite rare and
Yes.
were worth a few quid. How much they're worth now, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know.
Yes.
But thanks for watching. If you could give us a little like, thumbs up, comment. We always appreciate your comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Quite a lot of our watchers haven't subscribed, and we do take it personally.
You don't want me to cry, no, do you?
No, you don't want to see.
Yeah.
It's not an attractive sight. A couple of past their best.
Yeah.
No offense. 40-year-old women sobbing uncontrollably. 40.
22. Come
22.
on. 22.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, are you reading that message?
Yes,
So yeah. Anyway, also we have some merch which nobody really buys, but we have a link to that.
If you want a T-shirt with our logo on it, you might want to get out a little bit more. But if not, that's fine. You go and buy that. You do you.
Or if you want to buy one, burn it, film yourself burning it, and send it to us. Then go ahead. Actually, that's
weird.
That's really weird, isn't it? But anyway, so so we have links to shops and stuff below, and comment below the Funko thing and whatnot. What do you reckon? Yeah. All right, but anyway, so that's it for. Yes,
I was going to say thank you. Bye.
Yeah, that's it for now. So see you next time then.
Bye.
Bye.